Welcome to playing Crusader Kings, and the first thing to do is scroll down the expansions menu and unchecking the Sunset Invasion so that you don't have to be overrun by some fantastical Aztec invasion. Then we can continue or start a new game, which we will do. And we start single player and new game and customs the game setup, and I recommend clicking to realms so you can see what's going on. And we probably start in the earliest date, and these are the things we can choose. Or we can set a custom date probably also, but let's start at the beginning. Here the realms are very small, but they will soon be very big. So we should start with something stable. Armenia is a kingdom, but it is Muslim and it will be overrun by everybody, all its neighbors. Byzantine. We want to start with Byzantine. Lombardy is nice, but it is Gavelkind, so it will be difficult for new players to overcome Gavelkind. So let's start with the Byzantine Empire, although it will be attacked by the Muslims all the time, but let's play. And this is important, game rules. I usually play always with Iron Man and achievement enabled, so make sure that you have them enabled. And I prefer fewer epidemics. I don't care about epidemics, and this should be historic. It's important so that it will be late, but not as important as this. This should be historical, because even the delayed random will be very soon, and it's very difficult to, might be easier to defend against if it is historical. This I have as generate for AI, so that AI won't lose its dynasties, but I can marry who I want. This is important, but I keep it at the harshest setting so that the realm has to take land only from very neighboring counties, so it can't have islands of patches of land all around the world. Or if the realm inherits land somewhere, it won't be some kingdom won't have land in the middle of France or something. So it's better, I prefer it to be harsh. All the casus bellis, all those, no devil worshippers. This is important for new players, select none, because this will be like another game. If the religious cults are in play, they will completely transform gameplay. So you should have it as none if you're new. But I sometimes half the time, or most of the time actually, like to play with the cults. Turkic conquerors are very powerful, like Seljuk and Timur-Lenk, but it could be random or historical, whichever you like. Let's set it historical for now. Epidemic, Shattered Retreat, yes, it doesn't really matter, these ones. Doesn't matter, this is important. Small realms will pack together against big ones. So if this one is on, it will be more difficult for huge empires to grab land. And if it is off, the whole map will instantly change into huge empires, and it will not be very interesting for role-playing or something. But if it is on, it will be very difficult for you in late game to conquer any territory without being in war with the entire world. So let's put it on. Supernatural events off, absurd events of course off, and this I usually have a combination, because faster these new cultures, and slower is good also, because then if some big empire snatches land, it will revolt against the empire, and it will be more interesting gameplay. So I have it as combination. And this I have a slower, because even at the start the old Christian and Jewish realms will be with their religions, and they will revolt against the new rulers, so it will be more interesting, though it's slower. It will be nice, but it will break the Iron Man, so custom realms, it doesn't really matter. You won't be probably creating any of these, as it is better to create de jure kingdoms and more cheaper also. But the AI, I let the AI to have this possibility. It will sometimes create something interesting. These don't matter unless you play specific characters. And this default setting is something that matches your own army. And this will probably twice that. And this will be like 3 or 4 times that. And this will be like 6 to 8 times your army, which is ridiculous. And this will set the whole world in fire. So I usually I recommend this one for the new players, and I like to play with this one. But I still have it as rare, so the provinces won't revolt as much. And this breaks Iron Man, so it's good to have on. Yes. And this one, if you don't want to be constantly assassinated by the AI and playing child rulers on Regency, having no power, making no decisions, then yeah, it's better to have off maybe. And if you have this on, then all your family will be probably bastards or something, so it's good to have those off. I mean, they can be interesting to experiment with, but I don't really prefer them. And these 2 settings are important. They will determine how large a realm is and how stable it is. So it can be half or quartered the limit. So the leader and all the dukes, all the kings, and the emperor himself will have a certain amount of his own counties and baronies or whatever. So this determines how much power a person can hold within the realm. But if you set it very low, it means that even in the beginning, a lot of the Christian kings especially have so that they go way past their stability, and the limits are so much overrun that their realms will collapse. So if you want to, yeah, it won't affect the Muslims or the horse people so much, but it will really affect the Christians if it goes really low. And all the stable Christian realms will collapse probably. But like half or default or something. But let's go with default because we are playing a big realm ourselves. And this is kind of important if you're slowly changing the religion of your realm. So I have it as all. It will spam the alerts of every kid on the court. But I just click it very fast to be heritage or faith training, depending on what religion and faith he or she already is. And then all the children will adopt the specific religion and culture of the court tutor. And the prisoners, of course, will adopt the religion and the culture of you if they are young enough. And this Crusader Kings, so we have all the crusades on, of course. These I recommend to be off. And these are very nice to have on. This is very rare. I've never seen it happen in 2000 hours unless I've done it. And this is important. It should be off so that you can invite a lot of people to your court. And when they die without any relatives to inherit them, then you will, the realm, which is you, will inherit their fortunes. So it's good to have off and invite a lot of rich people to your court, especially old and childless rich people. And we can start the game. And we start Ottoman Byzantine Empire, which is the Eastern Roman Kingdom, of course. And we playing Greek, Orthodox Christians, and the Greeks have the retinue unit of heavy cavalry and horse archers. Some people hate them, some people love them. I personally like them very much. They're not bad. And first thing to do is to click the realm so we can see what's going on. And this is our capital, Constantinople. And we can see which religions are going on: Orthodoxy, Catholic, pagans, and Muslims of some sort. And these are the realms that are Christian, but this part is conquered by the Arabs. And we can see duchies, we can see kingdoms. They're true kingdoms. They are not actual kingdoms yet unless they're created. And de jure empires, which can be formed. And governments, this is the horse people, this is the tribals, feudal, imperial, Ikta is Muslim, and this is monastic like Tibet. And this is the most important piece in the game, to find characters, select all that will join court within diplomatic range, and these people will join your courts without any if you invite, they will just join it. And you can click on them, you can see how much money they have, and you can search for genetic traits or something. Or somebody to marry, maybe. Unmarried, female, adults that are young, and there you can select somebody with the same or different religion if you want to yourself to convert to something. Like I would convert to Orthodox if I married this person, but I already have a wife. But it's a possibility to convert through your wife, or you could set any and invite somebody with high stewardship or high learning to be your court tutor, which is here, which is very important. And it could be another religion also. So if you want your whole realm to slowly convert into something else, it's worth considering having your court tutor somebody that you like. And the religious societies, is something to consider. I don't know why the Catholic is not, I mean the Orthodox is not available, because we are playing kind of heretics, iconoclasts. So the next start will be Orthodox, and soon the Orthodox revolts will start happening, and we also could convert to Orthodox. But it will be a very unstable time between Orthodox and iconoclasts. And there will be a formed society for the Orthodox. But your court tutor and your court chaplain and your mysticos, or who this intelligence officer, they should always be safe people who belong to an order that is not hostile to you, that is friendly order or your own religious order. So people in a religious order, their secret religion could be other than they show, but they don't belong to any other secret religious cult than this. So even this guy who belongs in hermetic society with alchemy and all kind of bollocks will be a safe bet to be your court tutor, because even if he was Muslim or pagan or something in his inner heart, and he would try to convert his family and his county to that religion, it still would be so that he would not try to convert the realm, because he doesn't belong to a secret cult. So he is not trying to invite people from your court into the cult. So people like that are dangerous to your realm stability, but this guy is not, because he already has a secret religious cult. And these guys are all dukes, so it might take some consideration if you want to replace them to better ones or not, or maybe do so in time. As is, we don't have any council. Oh, we do have council, okay. But we have 5 opponents, so, and dukes are very, very expensive to bribe, so we just have to take it slowly and very, very slowly. The slower you go, the farther you can go, so to say. So deal out all these positions, and let's select a court tutor also. And we want to be orthodox, and it's very good that she's zealous and very good with intrigue, and not bad in her abilities. And ambitious is, yeah, ambitious -25. It's not that bad as envious or something else. This envious, Liege opinion -15, it's not very good. But ambitious, it's alright, but it's not maybe the best vassal. But until we find better, we use Irene, which is a zealous Orthodox Christian. So at least our children's children will be something else than iconoclast. And this one is already past age of 6 or 8, so we have to pick the older child traits, but this one can be heritage or fate trained. He's already Greek, and we want to be Greek for now, so we will select faith, so he will adopt the court tutor religion of orthodoxy. And we can also renounce iconoclast religion and become orthodox. But we will need not to be zealous. So it's up to us if we will become orthodox or not. But right now we are zealous and we cannot change that. And here we are very old. So if we want to live long, we should pick family or theology, which is fate or family. It will give health, but also hunting will give health. So fate, family, or health. These 3 are very good for living longer, and also having a good court physician that is not completely crazy. But otherwise, I usually like to use business or intrigue or war. These are the favorite ones. And scholarship is not bad also. So rulership, I prefer business because I can make more money as business, and we don't really need to seduce anyone. We already have a wife, so and this one we don't want to get decadent hedonist drunkards, so we don't want to pick this one because it will not be good for us or our health. So we will pick one of these. It's a good idea to give land only to your own family, so eventually the whole realm will be your dynasty. So in the inheritance laws, whoever will be elected, because it's imperial elective, will be your family then, if all the land belongs to your family. So it doesn't matter who is going to be the successor. So that's a good idea. And when that is so, when we pick the family focus, we will have a lot of bonus from the family. This guy will work to make the whole family to be more together, more united. Or this ambient sounds are really loud. All right. So the first thing maybe is to make a crown focus into your capital and show the de jure realms, and click here intrigue and auto stop known plots. So this will be spammed with all kind of plots, and it will take a lot of time to follow them. So it's good to auto stop them, and if they deny to stop their plot, then you can arrest them, so it doesn't really matter. But it's easier to have them auto stop. Please check, make them orthodox. And this one is already older, so it's just whatever is green is good. These ones will like cancel each other maybe. So it will be, yeah, it's safer to pick learning education for this one. And this is my character focus. And what do I want to do? I want to make money. I don't have enough money. And we will check court position. This guy's 21, very good. Regent, this should be someone with good opinion, and or high stewardess, or your heir. This is good, your heir. It doesn't matter, he's already adult, so it doesn't matter if he assassinates us or not, but it will be a stable realm if he does, and no worries. Heir will be despot also. We want him to inherit. And this one will be a family member, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this one should get a lot of titles, because he has to be positive opinion, because he's the Doge of Amalfi, making a lot of money for us. This one also Ragusa. Let's just pick something. Amalfi is already positive. And this one is so bad that he won't repent very soon. So let's pick these other ones. This guy is a eunuch, but we don't have one right now. We can invite from the finder, but there won't be any until the events start coming. This is my wife. Patricios times 10. These are very important to deal out because they give positive opinions. And only the Byzantine Empire has so many, because it is a very difficult realm to stabilize sometimes. There might be a lot of revolts. So just pick any character to these ones. Doesn't really matter. And it's important to do this before the unpausing, because otherwise, if they're really angry, they don't have titles or honor or anything, then they might form a political faction against you. It might be very unpleasant dealing with that. Auto-assign commanders. All the commanders are basically crap in Byzantine Empire, even if you invite very skillful people, unless they hold a position. Unless they are your vassals or something, direct vassals, then they cannot be your commanders. So all these people, they are my direct vassals, and only they within the imperial laws can be my commanders, so I cannot pick any person. Anybody else can pick any other person, but I cannot. And we could, yeah, everything is opposed because we are having a council that is very evil council. None of them like me. Oh, 2 loyalists, that's nice. Advisor and court chaplain. So we have to change these other guys to be able to make any political decisions. Change them either to be loyalists or change them to somebody lower class so that they will be cheaper to bribe. And then we'll be able to change the succession. I mean, not the succession, but the other laws. Our succession law is very good. I like the imperial elective. Nominate successor. Yeah, we've already nominated this guy. And we are ready to unpause. Nothing further to do. except to plan for what to do. There is no war, and we can raise 9,000 people, of which 5,700 are vassal levies and 3,000 are our own. We have no retinue as is. But if we would raise a retinue, then yeah, it would start with 1 and then it will be very expensive to grow. So it's not a good idea to have retinue right at the beginning maybe, but very soon we will slowly build it. Yes, unlanded sons, we don't worry about that because we don't have any land to deal out. We only have three counties: Kalliopolis, Drake, Constantinople, Duchy of Thrace, and the Eastern Roman Empire, of which parts are held by other people. Let's see if they want to join. No, they will want to join us. And now we can unpause, and I recommend the setting, third high setting, like this, and then we just, with the space bar, we keep pausing and unpausing, or the events will pause what is happening. So we just let the game roll, and maybe we build a hospital though. It's a good idea. And here is the first alert. Somebody declared a war on somebody. And if we right click this one, we can set this alert to show this like the close members, and this like the special interest or realm, and this is everybody of interest. And we just set it to show only in the log. We don't care if somebody declares a war on somebody or not. So we won't get that specific alert again. And we are Christian people, so we don't make bastards. And our ambition is to build a war chest, of course, at first. But we won't be extorting anyone. And factions are starting to form, but doesn't matter, it's only 15%. And we could lawfully reject Sardinia from him. But if we did, who would hold Sardinia then? This guy maybe? Yeah, I don't know. He's already also powerful as the emperor. And this guy is less powerful, but he controls this guy, so he already has 5 counties under him. So if he would rebel, it would be a lot of people against us, because we only have 3 counties and 1 duchy. But because we are the emperor, everybody who doesn't rebel is gonna be on our side. So that is why this guy, who has more men than we do, has only 15% of the troops that I do. So Nikitas has died. We don't want to see these alerts. Converted. Oh, that's interesting. I want to see it as a pop-up window because interesting. And we continue. And of course, statecraft, that's good. This guy is gonna make military tech, this guy gonna make economy tech, and this guy is gonna study technology in Rome. And this guy is gonna proselytize, but is there anything to proselytize? Okay, this guy is a pagan, so we might proselytize this guy. So it's a foreign realm, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. He's converting our neighbors. And we might start to a war against these guys maybe. Or against these guys. Or against these guys. Holy War or the Shu War or Vassalized War. So that's all for now. This is how you get started with the Crusader Kings. This you just start playing from here, see what's happening and make plans or don't make plans, react or make initiatives, and it will be alright. Good luck.